Alright, we are at the Waterford Visitor Center, and I have just talked to the lockmaster, Lock 2, and he had a couple boats go through this morning. He is turning it around, and I have observed up there that the doors are slightly cracked and they are letting the water out of the chamber. So it won't be too long, and I can almost see the water level through there. So we've started the engines, let them warm up. We see the doors opening, and we have our sequence. There is nobody behind me here, and we got Carol out there on Baby Grand. They're going to push us off, and whenever you could push me off, I'm ready to go. So we've got our sequence. One of the things that we haven't really sorted out is the side, and just having to push. Alright, here we go.
See you, Ken.
Alright, see you, Joe. Take care. Bye, Carol. Alright, just moving out here slowly. Trying not to use the thruster because there's so much stuff in the water here. So just kind of gently moving out here. Alright, the doors are open, and I see a green light out there. So we've got our signal and the sequence down, and we're just going to have to sort out the side here. I'll give them a call and confirm for the Here's to Us coming into Lock 2. We're okay for a starboard tie, sir.
Yeah, service side you want comfortable.
Alright, thank you. You know, normally we
Lock 2, this is Chip Ahoy. We're following through.
Alright, so we have another
Okay, we'll see you in a bit.
vessel coming behind us. Making sure we're not having any wake, that we have the boat under control. I've got my thrusters ready, but I did not put the thrusters on leaving the dock. They had some help pushing us off, and also there was plenty of space. And the reason was because there was a lot of debris in the water, and those thrusters are so powerful they can suck a stick in there and just knock out a blade. So I try not to use them for a number of reasons. Is try to not be dependent on them, but they are there, and if you need them, use them. And another thing that we have done is we have prepared some goodie bags to thank the lockmasters. I can see that green light, verifying everything is looking good. The lock looks clear. I just see a little bit of debris up there. And Rev, I believe these are pipes that are recessed. Is that correct? In there, yeah. The cables that are recessed. Okay. So Rev, we've been through this before, and I can't actually remember what they are, but Rev knows. As we go up the Waterford flight here, it won't be that long until we get to the next one, so I'm just going to enjoy the ride up here as the doors close. And again, the most important thing in the lock is safety, so we'll be monitoring things as we head up and ride up 33 or 34 feet that we need to go up. Alright, at Lock 2, and we're going to exit. Alright, great. So we're clear. I see a little bit of debris up there. As the water is coming toward us, in other words, we're going up, you've got to be careful when they open those doors what's out there. And so if you do have thrusters, don't be using your thrusters. Okay, and Rev is pointing out that there is a log on the right hand side, and I have spied it as well. So we will tell Lock 2 thank you. Lock 2, thanks for the lift. Have a great day. And that's all we have to do.
You're welcome, guys. Have a good trip.
We just went through Lock 2.
So we're coming up here on a bridge, and on the Erie Canal all the bridges are numbered as well. And so this is Bridge E3, and it's also Saratoga Avenue, and I think it's Broad Street, or whatever it is. I've walked around here. It has a couple different names, as well as maybe 9th Street. So typical, the roads called different things at different times. And we'll see also up here is the Day Peckinpah. It is, I was told by a local that it is a old Great Lakes small freighter, and has been here for a number of years. Up ahead of that is a railroad bridge, and that's about as far as I could walk up to get to Lock 3 up there. So the heights of these bridges are all on your charts. Nothing is really lower than about 21 feet, so we are not concerned about it. That railroad bridge in particular, I looked that one up while I was down there, and it is 26 feet. So we can see Lock 3 up there is doors are open already. Waterford flight of locks very close together. So we have just reported secure on the starboard side of Lock 3 to Lockmaster. We're going up 35 feet in Lock 3. Now, in the Waterford flight of locks, you cannot stop between the locks and tie up. However, if there are events going and there's not a lot of space down in Waterford, the Lockmaster does allow you sometimes to tie up with special permission, and we'll see this long pier on Lock 3 on the upside of Lock 3. We'll take a look at that as we go out. Forward. There is a little bit of debris out there. Again, as you're going up in the locks, that debris will catch at the doors, and as they open the door, you know, you might have a log or at least some debris. This time of the year the leaves are falling, so you'll see leaves in there. Alright, you can see this enormous wall that is out here along here, and this is where they may allow you to tie up. I've never tied up here, but it says that you can tie up there with permission. Right now it looks like a lot of equipment over there, and there is a dry dock back here, an enormous dry dock where they can take care of the vessels that take care of the canal. And I suppose at this point in the season, we're about a month away from them shutting down the Erie Canal, so they're probably staging equipment to get a lot of the work done in the winter before it really gets too cold. So equipment out there. Little workboat called the Lockport, and Lockport is on the western Erie Canal. So we're now between, this was Lock 3, Lock 4, 5, and 6. As we get up here about a half mile to Lock 4, there are no bridges that go across, but Locks 4, 5, and 6 are pretty close together, so we'll be going through those. And again, I'd say plan on an hour and a half at least to get through Locks 2 through 6. Well, we are clear of the Waterford flight of locks. Lock 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What we'll see up ahead here is a guard gate, and this is guard gate 1. The guard gates are also numbered as well, and they're to control the flow of water and debris. Guard gate 1 is normally open, and guard gate 2, which we'll see as we round the corner, guard gate 2 is normally closed, so they are in the process of opening that now. We checked with the Lockmaster. And guard gate 2 was out of operation for about a day until they fixed it, so we ended up staying at Waterford for an extra day. During the Erie Canal transit, you know, you really won't be looking at your chart that much, and so what I elected to do was plot a lot of these points on Google Maps. My Maps Google and I have all the points in there, and so I also can kind of look at the scenery and kind of see points of interest along the way, and it kind of helps me navigate and understand what's going along here. So 24 feet is what the height of that is, and it's a good guillotine type thing. It just comes down, up and down. And as we get around the turn here, you'll start to pick up guard gate 2. Speed limit on the Erie Canal is like 5, and we are in idle. Big old engines don't like to be in idle too long, but there's not too much you can do. If you have a slow boat, you're probably just fine. Every once in a while, you know, I'll start to approach 6 or 7 here, and particularly if the wind is approaching us, I'll have to take it out of gear a little bit, slow it down. But there's guard gate 2 as we come around there, and then it also has a bridge on it, so that is it's bridge E5. So guard gate 2 and then bridge E5. Well, we have green 19 out here and red 18 Alpha on the side. I've also got a boat coming off here, and there is a marina in there, tucked in there. Really not suitable for boats probably over 40 feet or so, but see a rather large boat in there. Just don't know what the depth is, but it's called Blaine's Bay Marina. And I'm going to look at this here. You can tell obviously which way the water flows here. It's flowing toward Waterford, and it will be flowing that way until we get to about Rome, where the water will switch and flow toward Oswego. So we are making this big kind of U-turn here around Schenectady, and you'll see up ahead is Schenectady Yacht Club. We are passing green 61, leaving that to the port, and Schenectady Yacht Club, which some people stay there. You can see most people are bow in there. They don't really have a slip big enough for the here's to us. They said they could put us on the fuel dock. However, we are going to elect not to go there. I can see the fuel dock way down there at the end. I just think that we may be in for a 2-night stay, and I'm not exactly sure how rocky it might be out there. So we're going to proceed on to Mohawk Harbor. So we are on the home stretch here, about a mile and a half to go. There is a bridge up here, bridge E10, which is a railroad bridge, and then after that there is another bridge which is a highway bridge, and then slightly after that we'll be turning into the Mohawk Harbor area.